Today I'll be showing you how to create a basic Zeus operation and how to set up your acre radio. Let's start this by heading to the very tippy top of the main menu, hitting where it says multiplayer, hitting server browser, and then hitting host server. Next we'll give our server a name, set our host type, the port, the player count, and the password. Our host can either be LAN or internet. LAN if they're on your own home network, or you're hosting through a service like Zero Tier or Hamachi. But for this, we'll choose internet. Internet is also the best if you don't want to worry about port forwarding. And we won't worry about max players or password. UPnP is Arma's port forwarding service, so we'll use that. This allows people to connect to us, but sometimes it doesn't always work. Next, we'll choose on map. We'll probably choose virtual reality for this one, but you can choose any. Next, we're going to choose the new 3D editor mission instead of one of the presets. Once we get in, the first thing we're going to do is save the mission file. The main reason we do this is just so we don't forget and don't lose any progress. This is just a good habit to form. So we can go to the top left and hit save as, save it under MP missions. We'll see, we'll name it test, and then hit save. Next, we'll place down a very basic unit. You can choose any unit. This unit that we're about to place down is going to be your Zeus, but for now we'll choose Survivor. You can see the red around the Survivor's icon. That means he'll be our playable character. Now we need to set a variable name. This can be anything, but I like to use Z1. I don't have footage of this, but you can also set him a role description. The variable name won't show up, but when they go to choose their players, the role description will be the name instead. So you can set it to God or something. Now that we've done that, we can head over to our Zeus modules. So by coming up to the top right, go in Objects, skip all the systems. We'll pop up, we'll choose Zeus. We're going to need 3 modules: Game Master, Manage Resources, and Set Editing Cost. These 3 modules will make the Zeus work. On the first one, on Game Master, we'll set Z1 as the owner. We can give the Zeus a name, but we won't. We're going to choose all add-ons. Next, we're going to assign Z1, give it a lot of resources, give it every second. And then on set editing cost, set it Z1, which we'll do that in a sec. Let me do all this. This just sets the cost, -1, so Z1. And bam, there you go. You can also make the forced interface on that Game Master if you don't want them to be a playable character. Now we're going to select all these and hit Sync To by right-clicking. This will sync these modules with the Zeus and allow the Zeus to work. We'll turn AI off in a minute, but we're going to go ahead and make sure that this module works. We're going to hit continue, and if we hit the Y button, it should work. And there we go. You can see that I can't edit my player, so let's just go back to the editor real quick. We got this mission failed string because there's no respawn, so let's do something about that. So, real quick, we're going to head up to, well, we'll worry about the settings in a minute. I don't know why I'm here. This isn't where we need to go. We'll go to Attributes and hit General, and now you can see Editable Objects. Zeus, you want to turn that on. That'll allow everything in the mission to be edited. We'll go up to Attributes, then go to Multiplayer. We're gonna disable AI, and then save loadout, and then hit respawn, and then we're gonna select respawn and custom position. We could also select one of the other options like respawn on position of death, but for this we'll do respawn on custom position. We're gonna turn on, select respawn position, and set it to about 10 seconds. If you hover all the other options, you can also see what they do, but general rule of thumb, these settings I think are best. If you want them explained, just leave a comment, but we're also going to change our game type to Zeus. You don't have to do that. That wasn't where I meant to go. Let's go to game options and go to difficulty and set it to custom. I mainly do this to turn down the AI and turn off crosshairs for our players and our Zeus missions. Some of this doesn't look right. I am playing on a different profile, so I guess it didn't carry over. Alright. I think everything here looks good. Next, let's go save the mission real quick. This will make sure all of our changes are, saved. We're going to need to go to the systems again, go to multiplayer, and then choose respawn position. From here, we'll give the respawn a name, set its type to infantry, its side to blue 4, and for now we won't touch any of the other options. So now we can test our scenario and see if the respawn works. You can see here that the AI has also been disabled, which is good. We don't have a map because we're a survivor, and bam, respawn works. We have 10 seconds. I'll show you guys in just a second on how to make it so you don't respawn on start of the mission. But now we're in here. Quick note, disabling the AI doesn't turn AI off, just means that the player slots won't be taken by the AI. Here, we can see that we are on the respawn and not where we put our person. So, how about we really quickly just go change that. Now that we're on our File Explorer, we're going to go to Documents, go to Arma 3 for most of you guys, and it'll be under MP Missions. Here I can't find my mission. I'm pretty sure it's because I'm under the other profile, but here's where you would find it. So let me go to Arma 3 Other Profiles, and then hit on my profile, which is right there, MP Missions, and there it is, Test. We're going to right click and make a new text document. And we're going to name it description.ext. If you can't change the .ext, it might be for your file explorer options at the top that you can change. You just need to enable file extensions. I have the code put in one of my other operations, so I'm going to go grab it real quick. It should be in this one, description.ext. We're going to open this with like WordPad or something. Okay, and there it is. There's a code. I'll put it in the description, but it's respawnOnStart, and you got to make sure that equals 0. And then we just go back to our test mission, and we're going to open it with Notepad, and open it on the wrong side, and paste that code. Hit save, and close. And now, we won't spawn, where the respawn is. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Alright, I had to reopen my Arma, but this gives me a chance to, I'm pretty sure you could find this, but I'll show you anyways. If you hit multiplayer, server, browser, and then let's just host a server real quick. If you hit virtual reality, there's your server, test VR in green, and you can either open it in the editor or hit play. We'll hit play. See, AI is still turned off. Let's wait for this to load. Okay, now that we're in, our Y button still works. You can see now that we've spawned where we were in the editor versus where the respawn position is, meaning that our description.ext works. I will now crush myself with a vehicle. Right there. Oop, that was crunchy. And now we'll we can see that the respawn is ticking down from 10. And we can choose, and now we respawn, and there I am, crushed with a truck. Real quick, we're going to clean this body up by using right click and adding an editable area, and we've cleaned the body up. I'll make a second video on how to use the radios, but for setting the acre radios up with Zeus, we're going to go to Systems, go to Acre, and use the Basic Mission Setup module. I don't know what the script here is. It's weird, I haven't seen that before, but it should still work. If we click on this, we have a bunch of options. You can change channels per side. I wouldn't, but we're going to turn Babel off since we play on a PvE style. And then we can also give ourselves a default radio. We won't worry about that. That'll come into play later. For the second thing, we can change our name channel, so we can give like every side some channel names. This only affects the 152, so we can do, you know, command channel, squad 1 through whatever. I'll struggle to set these for a minute. Now we're going to move on to setting up the actual antennas. In the video, you can see that I don't really have access to place this antenna with Zeus, but here I can. But we're going to go ahead and hop in, and I'll film the other tutorial.